Welcome to Ladylike. Today on the show, we have Avery Waldrop, Emily Graham, Kelly Crisp, and Lauren Richards. Yeah. Super excited to have everybody.
Yeah, we've got a really good lineup tonight.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm excited that you're back again.
It's like I'm a regular.
Yeah. I guess was it Donovan or Cam that kind of like called it that you were going to be back again this week?
I don't know. Go ahead and call it for next week. I'll sneak in here.
Yeah. Didn't you say next week would be like your last?
Next week would be my best week to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Then you got to go back to college.
Yep.
Darn. Fun's over.
Pumped about it though.
I'll have to get you back for like a holiday or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be like a Christmas special or something like that.
Yeah. I can do that.
So what have you been up to this last week?
This last week has been very not a good week for me because I got my wisdom teeth out. I don't know if you can tell by the way I'm speaking. It sounds weird to me, but I got them out on Wednesday. Today is like the first day that I've actually felt a little bit okay.
Yeah.
Yesterday was a bad day, and all the days before that were bad days.
Goodness.
But we're doing good now. So.
Well, I'm glad you're on the up and up.
Yeah, I had some chips and queso.
That's brave.
Mm-hmm. Up until then, every meal was peanut butter and jelly without the bread.
So
and just mix them together.
So it's like
and I ate it with a spoon.
Oh, what is that, Goober brand or something where it's just
I will not eat that. Peanut butter and I squirt the jelly on it. And mix them together and eat it.
This is like a rock bottom college diet.
Really good food.
Wow.
Okay. So that's what I've been up to. Nutella for dessert.
Bowl
of Nutella for dessert.
Really fancy.
Can't miss dessert. Got my proteins and my fruits.
No ice cream or anything like that?
Well, I got some ice cream.
Yeah?
I didn't like it. So I didn't eat any more ice cream.
I
did get a tropical smoothie. Smoothie Cafe.
They're
huge, but they're good. I'm kind of weird and I can't get the strawberries.
Yeah?
I can't do strawberries in my smoothies. Long story short, back in the day I had the flu and the medicine was strawberry flavored, and so now everything with strawberries reminds me of that.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, so I get the smoothie without the strawberries.
Okay.
Just like mango and pineapple, and that's it.
Well, I feel like you've had some sound nutrition while you were on your crash diet.
I'm a little malnourished.
Yeah, just
but
a little.
I'm getting back.
You haven't had any fried donuts like the week before.
No. But that was good.
You prepped for this diet.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was telling Chloe before we came on, I was asking her if she was going to come to Ladies' Night at the Country Club Wednesday because Sam is doing Ladies' Night on the Range again. But she's leaving town.
I'll be out of town.
But if you are looking for something to do,
play golf. I'm probably good at it.
I know. You probably would have gone up there and showed me up.
No, there's no way.
Well, if you're looking for something fun to do, this Wednesday night at 5:30 at Northridge, Sam Waka is hosting her Ladies' Night on the Range, and you do not have to be a member. It's $30. You can call the pro shop at the country club or contact Sam on Facebook and get signed up. Do you know of anything else fun going on?
Not for me.
I saw Two Pianos was playing this weekend at Twisted Fork.
Who is?
You know, the dueling pianos? No?
I need to get out more.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's like what you would see in Dallas or somewhere like that at the piano bars.
We're coming up.
Yeah.
There's stuff to do now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's always a good... It's fun. I've seen them at Hopkins downtown and at Redbone one time. So, that'd be something fun to do.
Yeah, I have to look into it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we'll get started with the evening. We will be back after the commercial break with Emily Graham from Graham Slam Bakery. Okay. Come on up.
We are excited to announce here at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital that we have expanded our capabilities to better serve our community. As a hospital, we have the capability for inpatient services. After your outstanding emergency care, we can smoothly transition you into one of our new inpatient rooms that have telemetry monitors in every room to continue your concierge medicine care. While our patients continue receiving their care in their inpatient suites, we also make sure that your loved ones are taken care of with our outstanding facilities. Our added services include a procedure room and also the capability of MRIs. With our imaging, we are able to offer outpatient, inpatient, and emergency room MRI, CT, ultrasound, and X-ray. We are honored by your support and look forward to serving all your future medical needs.
Hey guys, we are back with Emily Graham from Graham Slam Bakery.
Hello, thank you for having me.
I'm really excited that you're here.
I know, I'm excited too. I've never been to Foam Pros before.
Yeah, it's a fun little spot for us to film.
It is, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's like, I was going to say, it's like a celebrity because I have your cookies at so many events.
Awesome.
And I've never actually gotten to meet you before.
Yeah, well, nice to meet you.
I've known Emily for a long time.
Back in the St. James days.
Yeah, literally since we were kids. And then I can remember getting cookies from you when you were just making them, I guess, out of your
my
home.
house. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we used to meet people in the parking lot of different places just to hand out cookies.
Yeah, how long has it been since you opened the storefront?
It's okay. So we started in 2019 downtown Texarkana, but before that, I started in 2015 from my house doing cookies when my daughter was not in school yet.
Gotcha. How did you get involved in the cookie making?
Well, as a stay-at-home mom, I got super bored, and I could only clean the refrigerator so many times and before I got stir crazy. So I was like looking for a hobby, and one night, late night on Instagram, there were these really cool videos of cookie decorating, and I just thought that is so mesmerizing.
Yeah.
So I wanted to try it. So I kept watching YouTube videos, and I was started doing different recipes, and it just kind of sprung into a business.
It's so impressive to me because just trying to do the cookie decorations at Christmas, I mean, it makes me just want to scream sometimes because it is so tedious and it's so hard.
It is very tedious on your wrist, just like, if you have to write something 100 times, it's going to get tiring. But it's a lot of fun, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just so impressed. Do you do all the cookies by hand still?
We still, every day we make new cookies, and
Wow.
yeah.
Were you like good at it at first?
Oh no, I was horrible.
Like lots of practice.
Lots of practice. I think my first cookie, I'd tried something real big. It was like a Green Bay Packers football player, and it was from like a flipped cookie.
That's hard.
And it looked really bad. And then so I just kept trying, but it tasted good. So
Yeah.
That's what matters
yeah.
in the end.
It was really fun. So I kept trying, and it took about 6 to 8 months before I really perfected what I was doing.
Yeah. That's what I've always liked about your decorated cookies. Is it royal icing?
Royal icing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was the
so
right
good.
name. It's so good, but you get some of them and they're like hard when you bite into them, and hers are not like that.
It's a soft bite. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I love about yours. I mean, they're cute, but they actually taste good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so a while back, I heard that you had made cookies for Tiger Woods.
I did.
That's crazy.
I told you, Chloe.
I know. I was like, are you sure?
Yeah. So they found us on social media, Instagram, I think it was, and somebody needed cookies for one of his charity events in Branson at that real nice golf course that he designed. And we've been doing them for about 3 years now, and they get them about twice a year.
Oh
That's
my
crazy.
goodness.
I know. And so a lot of the pros have liked the cookies, and it's like that's a huge compliment. When somebody says that one of the pro golfers love your cookies, it's just amazing.
That is so cool.
Yeah, super cool.
Yeah. I've also heard, I don't know if this was a dream or if I saw this, because I've had a lot of weird dreams, but you have milkshakes?
Oh yeah, we just started selling
I just saw
milkshakes
that.
at the bakery.
I knew I
and
saw
they are
that.
so good. Yes.
So do they have cookies in them, or is
So
it?
we can put anything from a cookie to a cupcake to mini cheesecakes. That strawberry cheesecake's my favorite right now. It's hard not
Wow.
to eat one every day.
Yes, that sounds delicious. I'm gonna have to get down there and try that.
I know my dad's listening and he's dying right now.
Oh yeah.
He's going to take
He's
you
about
tomorrow.
to go down there.
That'll be good for the diet, the same liquid diet you've been on.
Add some peanut butter in there
Right.
for her.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Peanut butter. Yeah, that would be a good milkshake.
Nutella.
We just gave her an idea.
Yes.
So you never went to culinary school then? You're just self-taught.
Yeah, 100% self-taught. I cannot cook for the life of me. So my husband is the cook of the family, but I can bake. It's like a science.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that if you cook, sometimes you can't bake, and then if you bake, you can't cook. So we trade out. So he'll cook dinner and I'll bake dessert.
That's so cool. Well, I just think it's awesome, how much you've grown and everything. I feel like through the pandemic and all, your business has just been booming.
I'm very blessed that we've been able to thrive through COVID. We do cookie classes, so we had to halt them last year. So we've been starting the cookie classes up this year, and it's just been awesome how many people are signing up.
Yeah, that's another thing I was going to bring up because I've seen it on Facebook. That's something I really want to go do.
Yeah, we teach you to decorate 4 to 5 different designs, and we change it up every week. So it might be something different the next week. And we also do mommy and me classes for you can bring your child, and we decorate for about an hour, and you get to take home your icing and your cookies.
Oh, fun.
So yeah, it's a sweet little experience.
Yeah, and then at Christmas you do the boxes too,
Right?
Because that's what I was like so frustrated with at Christmas this past year. They tasted great and we had fun with it, but Braxton was so much better at it than I was.
Real competitive.
Yes, but he's really good at stuff that's like tedious with your hands, and he's really patient. So he did so much better at it than I did.
Sometimes it's like that.
Yeah. We did have fun with it though. I mean, it was a good little Christmas activity.
It is fun.
So if people want to get in touch with you or they want to come get cookies, tell us your hours and how to get in touch.
Okay, so Tuesday through Friday we're open 11 to 4, and Saturdays we're open 10 to 1. We're located downtown by State. It's 112 Pine Street. We're the only building in Pine Street on the Arkansas side, which is kind of crazy.
Wow. I didn't realize that.
And then every Tuesday is buy 2, get 1 free on all of our cupcakes.
Okay.
So it's
Good
like
to
the best
know.
day to come. Yeah.
Awesome. And then how often are the cookie classes?
The cookie classes run about once a week right now.
Okay.
We just released our August and September dates on our Facebook page.
Okay. And you sign up on Facebook then?
You can call the bakery and reserve your spot.
Okay. Awesome.
If I were to go in and get something, what would you say is your favorite thing on the menu?
On the menu, that's really tough. Okay, so I have to give a shout out to my husband because he makes the best chocolate chip cookies, and they're huge. They're monster cookies.
I'll take it.
And when you break them open, they're filled with marshmallows, and it is so
Oh
good.
my
It's
gosh.
just, yeah, you can have one cookie and share it with like 5 people. It's that big.
Wow. That's what you need.
I'll do it.
Tomorrow,
Yes.
11 to 4.
Yes.
During my recovery,
Yes.
gotta have a cookie.
Exactly. Did you have anything else you wanted to add, Emily?
I don't think so. I think that's it.
Well, I'm gonna have to come get one of these chocolate chip cookies and
With the
sign up for
marshmallows.
and sign up for a cookie class and see if I can get better before this Christmas, so that my Christmas cookies look better
Yes.
than last
Cookie
year.
game on point.
Yes, exactly. I can show him up for this year's
Right,
competition. Well, we will be back here shortly after commercial break with Avery Waldrop.
Right now at all Greg Orr Auto Collection locations in Texarkana. Shop from your phone, online, or in person, and make no payments up to 120 days with record low interest rates, drastic price reductions, and huge incentives on our vast and pristine selection. Plus, for sales or service, we will even pick up and deliver your vehicle to you. For all the money-saving details, please visit gregorauto.com. That's gregorauto.com.
We're back with Avery Waldrop from Redwater. So you're a multi-sport athlete.
Yes, ma'am.
I hear. What is it that you do?
I play softball and basketball.
Wow.
I've also heard that you play Morgan in a couple of things as well.
Yes.
Okay, so who wins? That's the real question.
Well, Morgan. That's only because he's older.
Yeah.
And to be
that's
fair,
it.
he's never beaten my mom either. So it's like I'm the only one that's lost. So.
Fair enough.
Maybe
Fair
that
enough.
won't be the case.
Time for a
too
rematch.
long. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Rematch. Yeah, we should get that on film.
Oh
I think
gosh.
that's a good thing to do.
Yeah, I think it is too.
Fun little content.
That's really good content for the page.
Yeah, and it'd be good to like get the first time I beat Morgan like on video.
Yeah,
be
so that it
good.
lives on forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect. We'll get Donovan and Cam to shoot that. So what grade are you in at Redwater?
I'm gonna be a junior this year.
Okay, awesome. Thinking about college yet, or?
Yeah. I was kind of leaning towards going to like junior college in
Okay.
Texarkana, maybe play a sport, basketball
Yeah.
or softball, and then move off somewhere to, I don't really know, be a doctor or something.
Awesome.
Hey, big dreams.
Yeah, that's really big dreams. That's great. So right now, you obviously must have a big interest in academics as well as
Yeah.
sports. If you're thinking doctor,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah.
Yeah. I take all honor classes and 2 or 3 college classes right now.
Does that get like doing all of it?
Oh.
How do you balance that?
Honestly, I have no idea. Late nights, a
It
lot.
just sort of happens.
Yeah, a lot of late nights.
Yeah, time prioritization
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you training this summer for either sport? Or?
Yes, ma'am. We have summer workouts every day that are mandatory. And then we have like shootings, and you go to the cages whenever to hit and shoot and whatnot.
Okay. It's a lot.
And we went, us as a team went to a few basketball camps.
Okay.
We went to A&M and Grayson College.
Okay.
And played in tournaments.
Okay. So do you play in any like club type sports outside of school, or just the Redwater sports?
Just Redwater.
Okay. That's probably plenty.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially if you're trying to keep your grades up too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's great.
So how, like, this past year, like, has it been weird, like, having to do things different, or has it really affected you at all?
I mean, I kind of like part of it better. Like
Yeah.
this year, they normally don't give us our computers to take home and do work,
Yeah.
but it makes it a lot easier that they did this year.
Especially probably if you're traveling for sports.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
I just remember the last time I played sports was in middle school, but it was hard.
Yeah.
Having to do my homework on the bus.
Yeah, I can imagine so. Now, I heard you made some big grand slam sometime this spring.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, tell us about that a little bit.
Playing New Boston. I
Okay.
hit 1 grand slam, was my first home run in a game ever.
Oh, wow.
And then I think my next at bat, I hit a solo home run after my teammate Kendall just hit one. So in total, we had 3 home runs hit that game.
Wow. That's a really good game.
Grand Slam with Grand Slam Bakery. No pun intended.
Yeah. That's it. I could probably make a grand slam at Grand Slam Bakery.
It's tongue twister.
But I couldn't make one at a softball game.
I had to throw it out there.
Oh. Well, as far as softball and basketball, I feel like for both those sports, you run a lot.
Yeah. I'm not fast, though. Surprisingly, I am not fast at all.
Well, you
That's the
have to
thing.
have some endurance, though, because I feel
Yeah.
like for both those sports, I mean, especially basketball, you run pretty much the entire game.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All the time. It's just up and down, back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah. Is that basically what y'all's training looks like, or?
Yeah, like in practice, we do a lot of like 5-on-5 and like 5-on-3, 2-on-1, it's just back and forth, up and down the court.
Gotcha.
Do you have a favorite if you had to pick?
Oh gosh. I think I might say softball just because I think I'm a little bit better at softball than I am basketball. So, yeah.
Got you. Do you play a certain position in softball?
This past year, I've played everywhere, but this past year I played third.
Okay. And then obviously you're really good at batting.
Yeah,
If you're hitting-
sometimes.
if you're hitting home runs. That's awesome. So any idea on the junior college other than TC or?
I really want to be close to home. I don't really want to go off. Like, as soon as I get out of high school, I want to stay close and then maybe eventually go off somewhere.
I feel like there's a lot of good junior colleges around here, though, especially with softball programs. Now, I was trying to think, does A&M, I know they're not junior, but do they have a softball program now? I think they do.
Yeah, I believe they do. I think so. I'm not for sure.
That could be another option for you, too.
Yeah.
Very close.
Yeah, really close. Hopefully you'll get a scholarship, too, if you keep playing really well.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, that would be really nice. You could probably get a double whammy and get academics and softball.
Yeah, it'd be really nice.
That would be really good. Well, you'll have to keep us updated this next school year.
Yes, ma'am, for sure.
I know you have Morgan and Jennifer's number, so you'll have to text them some videos or pictures, and that way we can upload them. Do you have anything else you wanted to add for us?
No, ma'am, I don't think so.
No? Chloe, did you have anything else you wanted to ask?
I don't think so.
Well, we'll take a commercial break, and we will be back with Kelly and Lauren.
A strong work ethic takes pride in a job well done. This is the kind of person you need. Express Employment Professionals can help because we understand what it takes to hire good people. It takes real people, real interviews. We find good people, matching the right skills for the right jobs. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
Beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful, handcrafted stone is our passion, and we ensure our customers receive the quality they deserve. We stand by our word, we stand by our products, services, and work that we do. Our team of experienced craftsmen and product experts have been perfecting their craft of fabricating and installing stone since 1998. Visit the Design Center at Red River Lumber to see the many beautiful stone options available for your next project.
Hey y'all, we are back with Lauren Richards and Kelly Crisp.
Hello.
Hi. I'm so excited to have y'all.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, I've wanted y'all on here since before this show ever started.
You have been very persistent. It has paid off. We're excited to be here.
Well, I'm really glad y'all are here.
Thank you.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about y'all's positions because I don't want to butcher it and say anything wrong. So,
we work for Bowie County, so we are county employees, and our job is to prosecute felonies that occur in Bowie County. So if we're out somewhere and if you know us, we're frequently seen together, people will say, oh, I read about such and such case in the paper, and then kind of number one thing that we get are kind of like, oh, did that happen in Bowie County? And so if we're working on it, it did. So I think some people have some confusion. We don't work on anything on the Arkansas side. We don't work on Miller County stuff. So we work, if there's a felony offense in Bowie County, then we would be among some of the people that would work to prosecute that felony offense.
okay.
And we do work together, so we're trial partners, and so if we do end up over in a jury trial, like in New Boston, we're there together, so.
That's awesome.
It is awesome.
Y'all are the dream team.
Well, there's every, sort of, we're believers and everything happens for a reason, and the job can be very stressful, and, that load can be heavy, and so I think, we were sort of put in each other's lives to help, not only like as a legal team, like I think our strengths and weaknesses work well together, but like just as partners and as each other's support. Like she supports me when I need it, and hopefully I do the same for her.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's wonderful if you have another female that can kind of help bear the weight of life together,
Sure.
especially at work.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that's great. Y'all have each other. Did y'all know each other before you started working together?
That's kind of a interesting story. Our husbands were actually best friends growing
Okay.
up. They knew each other before we knew each other. John and Kelly met. They got married. Chris and I were dating. We got married, and then Kelly and I started working together over 10 years ago.
Yeah, so our husbands, John and Chris, are only children. And so, I guess maybe since they were like in the second or third grade, they were neighbors, and they've been best friends and essentially brothers to each other. And that's how we met. So a lot of people assume that we met through work when really our husbands are best friends. And that's sort of how we got to know each other first. And then, like I said, I think it was just serendipity that we ended up getting put together, not only in our lives, but just at work. I think it worked out really well, for us and hopefully for the county.
That's so awesome. I didn't know the background behind that.
Yeah.
That's really cool to hear. I mean, as long as I've known y'all for the last couple of years, I've just always known y'all together.
Yeah.
Wherever it is, if it's at work, if it's the country club,
Yes.
wherever it is, y'all are together.
We spend a lot of time together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thankful and grateful every day. I think a lot of times you can go through your lives and just, sort of have, these sort of relationships that are sort of on the surface, but then there are people that you do life with. You do life with people, and we're doing life together. Our husbands are doing life together. Our kids are doing life together, and if you have that, you're, in my opinion, you're blessed beyond measure. So I'm thankful every day for them and for her and her family.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So did y'all both go to the same law school or different law schools?
No, we did not. I went to undergrad at the University of Texas and then law school at Baylor. And Kelly went to Arkansas.
I did.
So we didn't meet back up and start our lives together, our beautiful life together, until we both moved back to Texarkana. So.
Yeah, so I went to Fayetteville for undergrad, and my husband went to the University of Texas for undergrad, and then we met, John and I did, in law school at the University of Arkansas. So that's how we sort of met, and I ended up in Texarkana.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
So where are you originally from?
I'm from Boonville, Arkansas.
Okay.
That's Logan County. And
home of the Bearcats.
Yeah, home of the Bearcats. And so I grew up in a very, very little school. Very proud of being from there. And then went, applied to one school, went to one school, that kind of deal. Like if you're from Arkansas, that's where you want to go. And very proud. And I did my undergrad there and met John on like day 2 of law school. So we've been together a long time.
Destiny.
Yeah, pretty cool.
What about you? Are you from Texarkana?
I am.
Okay.
Born here, raised here, went to Pleasant Grove, and came back here not really knowing if I was going to stay here, after law school and all that. But so happy I did. Chris and I knew each other before I went to college, and then moved back here and reconnected and got married, and have 2 precious little kids now. So I know Franny's watching, so hi, Franny.
I think that's what's another amazing thing about both of you is that y'all balance raising families with your careers that, quite frankly, it's a really intense career.
It is.
Yeah. We do our best. It is intense. And luckily we have amazing support systems within our families and each other's families to kind of help bridge the gaps when they're there. So we really wouldn't make it through without all those helpers and people to fill in when we need some help.
Yeah, absolutely. You definitely need a strong support system to be able to juggle all that.
You have to be strong just to be married to us too. So I get that question a lot.
I could see that.
Yes.
But both of y'all's husbands, I feel like they're strong guys.
Yeah, they are. Like I said, it's unique. My name is Kelly, which I guess people could assume is a man or a woman. So my husband and I are together a lot, and he'll introduce himself, and they'll say something like, I read your name in the paper, and they assume Kelly Crisp is a man. And, it happens all the time, and he'll be like, no, I think you're talking about my wife, and there I am, like, yeah. So, one of the things you and I talked about, Cylas, before we came on was, what's it like being a woman in a sort of male-dominated field, and that it's one thing that you get. People just assume, if you're in sort of that position that you're a man, but not always true.
Yep. Do you find power in that? The ability to be a woman and go to court and go to bat for people like you do?
I think I will be honest with you, I think people discount us when they first meet us. Generally we're younger than the people we're against. Generally, they're men and we're women. I think maybe about a day into court and they're just like, man, these girls aren't playing. I think that I've given a lot of thought, when you said to be prepared to talk about being a woman in a predominantly, sort of male field. One of the things that I gave some thought to is how grateful I am to the trailblazers that, made it possible for us. Day to day, I don't think about it. I don't think about that. I don't feel like we're treated differently at all, except for, the discounted part. But I think that's mostly other lawyers, that come in from out of town or something. But we, I know there are just a long list of women that made it possible for us to be treated equally. And day to day, when I'm driving to New Boston and we appear in court or whatever, I don't ever feel like that I'm treated differently. And I know that there were women that sacrificed to make sure that I did not feel that way. And sometimes admittedly lose sight of that. I'm thankful that we are generally, like at the local criminal justice system, she and I are not treated any differently than the men.
Yeah. I remember moving back, being mid-20s, kind of being put into this legal world in Texarkana and Bowie County of predominantly males, a lot older than me, and I have very quickly had to learn, those people have the confidence in you that you have in yourself. So you not only have to know what you're doing, but you have to exude that confidence, and then it builds on itself. The kind of feedback you get from that will just kind of boost you even more. But that was something I had to learn. I'm not. Obviously, Kelly's the more outgoing of the two of us. We're not the same in that respect, but that was something I kind of had to learn early on, is to be a little bit more assertive in that area. But she is right. There were so many before us that have helped us to not have to worry about that every single day.
Yeah. But I think that's such a great tip, not just in the legal realm, but in any field.
Sure it is.
Just for women in general, girls growing up. I mean, you kind of have to fake it till you make it.
Sometimes.
You aren't going to feel confident in everything you do, or just every day.
One of the things that I think about a lot is this is the job. This is your job. There's nobody else doing your job today.
Yep.
And there may be somebody else that may do that job differently. For example, I'm the first assistant criminal district attorney of this county. I'm the first woman that's ever held that position. The person before me worked for the county for 30-something years, and it was a male. Once I kind of, arrived at peace with, he may have done it differently. Well, I'm going to do it this way, and this is my job now, and this is how I'm going to do it. That you just walk in a freedom that I think other people don't walk in. Like, once you decide this is how I'm going to do it, you can make this decision. This is your job. And like Lauren said, we have learned quickly, people have the confidence in you that you have yourself. Juries have the confidence in you that you have in yourself. And, there may be a million different ways to do it, but you're going to do it the way that you think is best. Doesn't mean that other people are right or wrong, but that you're making the decisions and you have confidence in those decisions. And I think that is, no matter where you are in your life, like once you get there, you're going to be you're going to be more successful at whatever it is that you're doing.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I really do.
Yeah.
And the decisions that we make are a little bit different than the average person. Some of the decisions we make have a lot more gravity, a lot more consequences to them. So, we do take a lot more thought, a lot more consideration into some of the decisions we make and things that we do. But I think that we always put our heart into it, and
yeah. And you do, we walked in, I think, Emily, by the way, I thought your Tiger Woods story, my kid's going to be watching, he's going to be so much more impressed with you and your Tiger Woods. Just talking about, she said to us privately, how do you separate it? If there's a critique of us, it's probably that we don't do a good enough job of that. But it's not a 9-to-5 job. Frankly, I think if you think it is, I think you need to think about doing something else, because, if you care about the citizens of this county and if you care about crime victims, then you can't care about them from 8 to 5 or 9 to 5, because that's, not where we're at.
Our phones don't go off at 5. We're talking after hours, and it's work. Sometimes it's other things, but it's weekends and nights, and
it's a lot. It's a lot. And but one of the things that I think about all the time is I feel like we were chosen. I feel like one of the things my husband tells me all the time is God gives you gifts. and you are suited for what it is that you do, and you are using the gifts that he gave you, and you have to look at it that way. And I'm thankful all the time that it's me and that it's her, and that we've been given this opportunity, because I feel like we're doing the best that we can for the people, and I feel like for the most part people are grateful for the work that we do.
Absolutely. I agree with that completely. I mean, y'all do so much good work for the community.
We're trying. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you do. Something on that note about doing good for the community, you said something a couple of years ago, just in casual conversation to me, that really stuck with me, and it was about jury duty.
Sure.
And I would really love it if you shared what you shared with me that night, because honestly, I mean, it affected me, because I was one of those people who I would get a jury summons and I would contact somebody that I knew that had some power and be like, get me out of this. Like, I got to work. I can't go.
Right. So I think one of the things that people don't understand is that in Texas, employment is not a exemption. Excuse me. It's not a legal reason. If you could use work, that would disqualify most of us, right? So people look at it as a burden. We get that all the time. We get it together. We get it on text. We get calls. One of the things that I say to people is, if all the good and lawful people and all the people that are work, or all the people that take care of their kids are excused from jury duty, who are we left with? And a whole lot of the time, when she and I are over there, we're over there on homicide, we're over there on extraordinarily violent crimes against children, sort of like unspeakable things that we don't talk about in polite conversation. So the weight of that is heavy. The citizens that are chosen to decide those issues, we admittedly are putting a heavy weight on them, but there is no greater duty. Those things are difference makers, and I every time somebody tells me that, I'll try to phrase it or frame it in that regard, and more often than not, people will say the same as you. I never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But the job that we do, ultimately, at some point, we're going to hand it to the jury to decide. So, who do you want in that box deciding?
You would be shocked at the percentage of people that do show up for jury duty. Those summons that go out, I'm talking maybe 600 plus summons will go out. We might get, 40%?
Or less.
Or less that show up.
Yeah.
So when you talk about the numbers that we're sending out, asking people to come to jury duty, and the numbers that show up, it would be shocking to the average person. So it is very important. It's a civil service.
Yeah.
It's a great honor. I would think. I know that some people don't feel that way, but I have not encountered someone that, after being selected to a jury, said at the end of the trial, I really wish I hadn't shown up on Tuesday for jury selection. It is kind of a eye-opening experience for that person, for them to see the process, for them to maybe see that there are serious crimes that go on here, and that people need to be held accountable. People need their day in court. Victims need their day in court. There's lots of reasons that we need juries and jury trials.
Yeah.
To keep those wheels turning.
Yeah.
Another thing that you shared with us at Leadership, which I don't know if this is something you can share or would share tonight, was I didn't realize why so many cases just sit there and wait in our town. And you mentioned how few can get processed because of the number of judges and court dates that we can have.
Right. So we have 3 district judges, and 2 of those judges we share with other counties. You looked at the numbers recently. We're in the thousands. We're filing thousands of felony cases a year.
We're on track right now. We've already filed 1,000 felonies, so keep that pace up. We'll have 2,000 by the end of the year, felonies.
So,
and this is just Bowie?
That's right.
Yes.
So if you've got, 1 trial a month for 2 courts, that's 24. And then we have 2 trials a month, 24 and 24, whatever those weeks are, versus 2,000 cases. So that's the load we're dealing with. And then when you look at like the available weeks, and then the sort of the load, it's it's staggering. So sometimes you just have to get in line and wait your turn. It's through nobody's fault. I think one of the things you could say about us is at least we're working hard.
Yeah.
And now if you add to that COVID, we're backed up a year and a half. We went a great deal of time. I'm proud to say that during the pandemic, she and I think, so far as I know, unless this has been updated, tried the most criminal cases during the lockdown of any two prosecutors in the state of Texas.
Wow.
So we have done all we can do. The courts in this county have done all we can do. They did their best, and I just want to say, Judges Addison, Judge Tidwell, and Judge Miller, they really we tried one on literally the stage at the New Boston cafeteria, up on the stage. We put the jury and the crowd out in the gallery. I mean, we have gone through extraordinary means in this county to try to keep the wheels turning. So the backlog is literally through nobody's fault. It's just those cases. Now, what we were talking about with those already kind of critically low numbers of trial weeks that are now is, sadly, we're backed up even more. So be patient.
Yeah. So when you'll see a case that's going to trial and the offense happened 2 years ago, 3 years ago, people will, their first knee-jerk reaction is, why is this taking so long?
Yeah.
That's why. And these larger cases, they just take a long time to investigate initially, to get ready to go to trial. Kelly and I are working extremely hard, but there is a whole team behind us, behind the scenes, working just as hard. We have investigators, we have secretaries, police department, the detectives that work those cases with us. I mean, it is an undertaking to get one of those cases to trial, and it's got to take everybody, all hands on deck, to get one to that point. So,
yeah. So it's a lot of days we look at each other like it's a TV show. Like we are a TV show. It is a lot going on, and the drama level is really high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll need your own reality show.
Oh my gosh, there would be. We frequently say there'd be no edits. What would you edit? I mean, there's every moment. It's literally moment to moment. It's exciting. The weight is heavy, but no one day is like the day before. So that's pretty interesting. Yeah.
Is there anything else y'all wanted to share?
No, we sort of the reason that she and I talked about wanting to come was just like if you're like we get students, we get classrooms that visit. So if this like a teacher watching or somebody that has control over that, and then they'll come back or they'll contact us privately, like, you were over the target with me when you were like, y'all, our role models day to day. Sadly, I don't spend a lot of time thinking about that. But I will always look in the back, and there will just be girls, like teenage girls, young girls, sitting back there, maybe their mom or their grandma or some relative. Hey, can we have a few minutes of your time? She wants to meet y'all in the back. I would encourage y'all to come watch it if you want to, or if you think it's something that you can do, like do it. We grew up with strong parents that never held us back and never told us we couldn't do something because we were women. So the number one reason we sort of wanted to be here today is to tell other girls they can do it, and you can sort of do this sort of high stakes, high stress, kind of intense job, and I think we're doing it. I think we're doing it pretty well.
Yeah, and you can do that and still be a mom, and still be a wife. And
glad they still love us.
I mean, y'all are truly an inspiration.
Well, thank you. And I'm telling you, like, it one of the things that we talk about privately with each other is, we always want to leave every trial thinking that we did the best we could that day. Every trial is that person's day in court. You might have had one 2 weeks before that, and you had one the week before that, and we're over trying to help somebody else, but like that person has been waiting years for this day. Yeah. So one of the things that we always want to do, it may go our way, it may not go our way, the jury may not see it, but I don't ever want to leave there and drive home thinking if I would have only done this, things could have turned out differently. So I always want to do the best that I can every day. So that's sort of what keeps us going, is we don't ever want to have any regrets. If the jury doesn't see it our way, we don't want it to be our fault. We want it just to be like, maybe they didn't think all the proof was there or whatever, but certainly not any shortcoming of the lawyers.
Yeah. Kind of, this is the Texarkana Gameday channel. So, I mean, you think about a big game. I mean, you got to leave it all out there. So we make sure, whatever we have to do, we make sure that we do the best we can for those people that are depending on us. So I hope that they feel the same way.
Yeah.
I'm glad I haven't said much. But I'm soaking it all in. I'm learning a lot over here, so.
I told you they were very, very impressive.
I know. That's why I've just been like,
wow.
Yeah. Well, we're grateful. Thank you all for having us. And,
Absolutely.
Certainly, we, our sort of what we do in day to day and week to week is pretty public. I think it's on the Bowie County website. So we still have open trials right now. So if anybody wants to come and kind of check it out, we're in New Boston a whole lot.
I was going to ask about also, isn't court live on Facebook right now too, if people want to tune in?
Some of those dockets are live.
Okay.
Right now, the jury trials are not.
Okay. So they can't watch you on
no,
Facebook.
not
then.
on jury trials.
To come in person.
Yes. But
Are there certain days y'all are normally in court or?
like every day. No. We spend a lot of time in court. We try 2 jury trials a month.
Okay.
Docket days are more than that. We're right down there at the bi-state, and I was thinking, now that I know Emily and we're friends like that, we're going to come eat some cookies with you.
Yeah.
And then, of course, all jury trials in Bowie County are tried at the county seat, which is New Boston, so we're there twice a month.
Okay.
And those trial weeks are usually at least 3 or 4 days, so it's quite a
Starting
bit of time.
Tuesday.
Then the other courts that we're in the 202, the other courts go the other 2 weeks. So pretty well, if you want to watch a criminal trial, you call the clerk, find out, or call our office, and the schedules are also online.
Okay. You would just go to the Bowie County website?
I guess you would. I think each district court upstates their.
Yes, they'll have their own calendar.
For example, our next trial is August the 30th. We're taking a week off to go do some CLE in Dallas. It's a homicide.
Okay.
I mean, it's going to be pretty. For people that are interested in court watching, it would be an interesting one to watch. We tried a homicide last week, so we just it's pretty. You might want to bring a little kid. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I'm
Don't bring somebody that might not need to see stuff like that.
Yeah. I'm going to have to find some time and come down there and
we
watch
get
y'all.
a lot of our friends come and watch. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really interesting.
I would
we'll
love
turn
to.
around and see people we know. Yeah, they really do. It's kind of neat.
I'll
We
have
love
to
it.
do that sometime.
Yeah, come. You're welcome whenever.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank y'all again for coming.
Of course.
for
Thanks
having
for
us.
having
Y'all
us.
inspire me, so I hope you inspire somebody else
too.
tonight.
Thank you. I hope you feel
Me.
better.
Yeah.
I started getting the hiccups during that, so I'm kind of like holding my breath.
Well, thank y'all again for joining us on Ladylike. We will see y'all next time.